over 8.5 hours. Yep, that's how long it took to unfamiliar foes in Purdue and Virginia Tech to hash it out in one of the wildest days of college football that Lane Stadium has seen in quite some time. A noon kick on a Saturday like any other, under a sun-filled morning sky in Blacksburg. That was until the storm clouds rolled in and it rained on the sold-out parade. A delay to start called for an abbreviated Enter Sandman, before the Boilermakers came out like a freight train, taking a 7-0 lead into the longest weather delay in college football history.
Yeah, I think, they can't get too high, they can't get too low. You try and take care of them and keep them comfortable. And, we had short meetings. We had a good meal upstairs. We had some plans in place if we did get into a delay. Obviously, looking at the forecast, we talked about some things yesterday. But I thought the guys hung in there, and we came out of the gates after the delay a better-looking football team than we did, at noon, which I got to do a better job there.
Back on the field 5.5 hours later, Purdue stayed hot, cruising to a 17-0 lead early in the second quarter. But suddenly, momentum shifted. Virginia Tech put up 17 unanswered points of their own to tie the ball game just before the halftime break.
Yeah, honestly, I think we connected on some good passes. We got Bayshaw involved, which I think made a big difference, getting him on the perimeter. And, the fourth down play was obviously a big play in the game. And I think, he needs to be a factor each and every week for us. I think he sparked it right there.
In half number 2, we saw a stalemate. Neither team could crack the tie until the Boilermakers went on a 13-play, 74-yard drive to take a 24-17 lead with 6.5 minutes left to go in the game. With their backs against the wall and a banged-up Grant Wells, the Hokies looked to transfer quarterback Kyron Drones with the game on the line. Drones drove the Hokies into enemy territory but came up short, and Purdue sealed their first win in the Ryan Walters era.
Tough spot to put Kyron in. 2.5 minutes, minus 8-9 yard line. I thought he did really well considering the situation we put him in. I'm excited about what Kyron did tonight. And I think we need to really commit to making people defend Drones as much as they need to defend Grant. I think we got, if we play our cards right, we do a nice job, I think we can have a two-headed monster right there.
Purdue outgained Virginia Tech with 427 yards of total offense to the Hokies' 286. Tech's offense struggled to run the ball with just 11 yards on the ground, and they turned the ball over twice while their defense couldn't muster a takeaway.
Now, that's a group that was in the Big Ten championship last year. There's some kids on that football team that know how to win, some kids with experience and size, and you hear me talk a lot about complementary ball, and we didn't do that tonight. When we needed the offense to go do something, we were playing well defensively. And then we needed the defense to bow up and get to stop, and we didn't do that.
Saturday may have been more than just a short-term loss for Virginia Tech. Star wide receiver Ollie Jennings went down before the weather delay and did not return. Transfer wideout Jalen Lane also left the game in the second half and sat out the rest of the night. Just a few of the many owies that plagued the Hokies. Nevertheless, in the words of the great Creedence Clearwater Revival, have you ever seen the rain? Well, we did. And despite the 24-17 loss, it was a day that will not soon be forgotten. Purdue hosts Syracuse next week, while Virginia Tech has their first road test of the 2023 season. The Hokies travel to Rutgers to face another Big Ten opponent in the Scarlet Knights. I'll have all the coverage for you from Piscataway, but saying so long for now from Lane Stadium, I'm Giovanni Heater, signing off for Tech Sideline.